Lace Up Against Social Violence is a campaign that we run in June, Step Back Think runs in June, where we get people to lace up against social violence and show their support for the organisation and basically their attitude that social violence shouldn't be a part of our community. So we get people from a range of sporting clubs across the nation to wear orange laces over the Lace Up weekend. We also get some involvement from some great professional sporting clubs as well. And it's really an opportunity for clubs to come together and say, what is the ideal culture we want in our club? What do we think is acceptable behaviour in our club and in our communities? And to really engage with what attitudes the club might have, the participants might have, the families might have towards violence, and make sure that our young people are going out into the community and being safe. Absolutely, violence is a public health issue. I think that interestingly, it's one that's probably always sat more within the justice field from a kind of punishment point of view, but really it is a public health issue, and we need to treat it as a public health issue, and we need to take a prevention approach. That's how we're going to get lasting change to violence. Violence isn't an innate part of being human. It's not a kind of a part of our community that we just have to accept. Violence doesn't have to be part of our community, and we can change behaviours to make it gone from our community. I think it's going to be multifaceted change is the easiest way to put it. It's going to take change over time. It's going to take change at the grassroots level, at the community level, at the policymaker level, at institutional level. So it's going to be something that Step Back Think plays a role in, but that a lot of other organisations are going to play a part, and it's going to need to be at the individual and at the greater level, because we need people to engage with their own attitudes and beliefs around violence, but we need that to be backed up by support and a tide of cultural change in the community level, and also concurrent change at the policy level, so that we can really be having conversations of what is our ideal culture, what is the ideal way that people interact together in social settings and in the community, so that we can have a safe and respectful community. Well, I think first, just the value of Global Ideas Forum is it brings people together, which I think is the most important step. You can't do anything alone, and I find that it's through that sharing that you get innovation and transformation and collaboration. So I think the value predominantly for Global Ideas Forum is that it brings people together, it creates the space for them to have conversations and learn from each other. In terms of what the value of Global Ideas is for Step Back Think, I think it's a great opportunity for us to get our message out there. It's also a really great opportunity for me to be able to come along and learn from the people who are presenting and have great conversations with people on panels and things like that. Sometimes you go to forums or conferences and you get to have a great conversation with the person sitting next to you, and you think, oh, their point of view is amazing and interesting and so great, and you often don't get that feedback. But I think Global Ideas Forum is keen to kind of recognise the value that the participants bring in their own expertise and give them an opportunity to share that. And this is why I'm so passionate about creating the cultural change, and why I know that it's possible, because if violence was a biological phenomena, then it would mean that every country had exactly the same types of violence, every country had exactly the same prevalence of violence, but we know that that's not true. You can go to some countries and there's lots of violence, you can go to other places and there's not. And I think that, broadly, violence takes a lot of forms, and what we're trying to do is impact on one of those forms, and we need to be mindful that work we do has the power to influence other types of violence, particularly intimate partner violence, and that's a really great opportunity for kind of collective global action against violence.